Here we are, and it's the morning after the night before. Another disappointing end. And if you're wondering what I'm on about, yes, it is the England game. England lost last night, and after all that hype of wanting them to do well, we failed at the last hurdle. We didn't reach the expectations that we all wanted them to. It is very, very similar to altcoins. And you could say Argentina's Bitcoin, you could say England is XRP, never does as well as they say. You could say Scotland is a meme coin. Sorry for the Scottish fans. But what I'm trying to say is, this happens every single time with England. And what I mean by that is, every so many years, get excited, and it doesn't happen the way it should. And it's the same with altcoins. You spend an entire bull run getting ready for it to go crazy, and then it doesn't. Because it didn't do as well as you thought it would do with, the stupid price predictions or, whatever, that made you think that coin was going to go crazy. So the main issue that you face, well, there's several issues. Issue number one is, in terms of altcoins, is your altcoin dead? Because I've shown many charts over the years, and the data to actually show you if your coin is dead is right in front of you in the bull run that's just gone past. The bull run that has just gone past is showing you if your coin is still alive. Because if it didn't get a new all-time high, then it is. I spoke a lot about EGLD, the coin that I had 2021, and it's dead. It went to just over $500 in 2021, and it reached nowhere near that in the bull run just gone. Absolutely nowhere near it. So that is gone. That coin's dead, unfortunately, for the holders of that. And there's so many like that. And I've shown, the stupid crypto bros where the coin's being suppressed because of whatever reason. No, it isn't. They come up with all these BS reasons about why the coin's not pumped yet, how it's going to 20x soon. You watch the XRP guy the other day say it's going to 60,000% go up, and it's just like, you're just lying to get views. The issue number two is, though, if your altcoin isn't dead, right? XRP isn't dead, may I add. Got a new all-time high in the last bull run, Solana did. But the issue is, when do you actually sell that coin? Because you can have a coin that is doing well, but because of just not knowing, you'll never sell it. So you could invest money, let's say, into the stock market, and you know roughly that because of the way the stock market behaves, that it is a pattern, especially with the S&P 500, that goes up every year on a slight kind of rise like this every single time. But with crypto, there's massive peaks and troughs where you can clearly see the bull market and the bear market. It's obvious when that happens. But the issue is when you actually sell, when you actually take profits, because I've said a million times about taking profits and no one ever does. Because the issue number three, is anyone actually making any money? You watch all these channels of all these crypto bros who are making money because they're making money off your viewing. But you're not making any money because you're just watching their videos talking about how your coin's going to pump. And when it is pumping, they're saying, nah, they're not selling. It needs to keep going. And no one ever makes any money because no one ever sells. You just keep riding the wave, round tripping the coins. And that is the issue. And I put a poll on my Telegram group. Are you making money in crypto right now? Is your crypto making you money? 67% said no. 67% said they ain't making a single bit of money. So that's the issue, you know. I'm personally not too bothered about the price. And you may think, what an idiot. Like, you just said that. Why? Like, so obviously, you know what I do. And now I've got a new camera, I can kind of show you. So you know that I talk about DeFi liquidity pools. You know that I talk about VFAT. And cheers to the guys that have used my link for VFAT. I don't get a lot, but every little helps. And the reason I promote VFAT is it's because of what I use. So if I don't know if I can show you this. This is what I'm earning at the moment. And this is only a small $1,700 portfolio at the moment. And I don't know if you can see that it's earning, in the pool I'm in, 127%, which is roughly about just over 10% a month. Now, that is variable. And this is probably a high risk pool just because it is a lower pot. But there's you know, if I look on the stats of it, of VFAT, and this is where you basically deposit your crypto via DeFi, so you're not putting it on a centralized platform before you say anything. It's not Celsius. Your keys, your coins. 16,500 pools, all different ones, from total value locked to hundreds of millions, which is, you know, your Ethereum pools, your Ethereum USDC. You've got your farms on there that are available, which again, you've got some BTC pools. I would not say use BTC pools. I'd say get a loan and Aave. But there's loads on here with a lot of total value locked. You know, we've got a top pool here, which is Ethereum BNB, which is total value locked to 2 billion. Insane. And all this is via DeFi. So all this on here, all these pools are DeFi. And all you have to do, if you're interested in it, is just learn it. That is it. There's no following trading signals or any of that scam. It's literally, you're the custodian of your crypto. You're not giving it to Celsius Network. You're not giving it to Coinbase. You're not giving it to anyone. You've got your wallets. You've got your crypto, and you decide what to do with it. So, for example, if you have got, let's say, an altcoin like Avalanche. Okay, you want to monetize your Avalanche. We go on here, we search the assets, and I've searched Avalanche, and I can already see all these listed here. We've got some Avalanche USDC pools, and we've got one here that is showing total value locked, 500k, 50% APR that you could possibly look at. Farms, you can look at them. And it's just a case of looking through and seeing how you can use your existing assets and monetize them. We've got a farm here that is a Avalanche USDC farm, which is here, and the total value locked is 800k, and we've got an APR of 194%. The range is a bit tight on that, but if you widen the range, you're still probably looking at 80% APR. And you may think, like, the first thing people always say with stuff like this is, oh my god, it's a scam. That's got to be a scam. And I know what you're saying, because when you look at cryptocurrencies, there was one that I had called Jade Protocol, which was 600,000% APR, which is obviously a scam. The way it works with these is, in DeFi, it's kind of like, if you think of the Bank of England, you're going to the source. So when you go to Lloyd's, for example, and you have some savings with Lloyd's, or you get a loan from Lloyd's, Lloyd's are using it above the Bank of England base rate. So they're getting it from the Bank of England. They get their money from the Bank of England, right? When you go to a DeFi platform, this is probably not the best example, but this is what I can just think of the top of my head. When you use a DeFi platform like Coinbase or whatever, Kraken, to stake your crypto, they're just using DeFi protocols to do it. So they're getting a better rate, but you're getting a worse rate because they have to charge on top. So if you're getting 6% to stake your crypto, they're getting it for more because they've got to make money at the end of the day, you know? You're going to the source. You're going to peer-to-peer. So liquidity pools, how a platform works is obviously VFAT is a DeFi aggregator. So it aggregates all the pools together of all the protocols. So Uniswap's, your Aerodrome, for example. And how Uniswap would work and how it actually makes money is Uniswap is the DeFi protocol. People put their assets together in liquidity pools and earn fees. The fees are earned when someone goes on the site of Uniswap and swaps Ethereum to USDC, Ethereum to something else. And then when they do the pair, that corresponds with your pool, that you earn a percentage of those fees. That's how it works. And it works when you set the ranges in between the pricing that is currently in range for that particular price. You're going straight to source, you're going peer-to-peer. And, the market eventually probably will mature to the point where, rates will drop, etc. But if you look at actual institutions, they've only got the headroom Bitcoin, They've only got the headroom Bitcoin. So why not, in my opinion, just try this? Because DeFi, and you don't have to do this with all your portfolio, DeFi is currently out there for you to earn money and do something with. I've spoke before about you can literally just spend the yield that you earn if you wanted to. So, there's the MetaMask card here. And that you can just use on your Apple Pay, Google Pay, tap it. And that's literally direct from any fees. And obviously, in terms of you're going to say, well, what about your tax? How does DeFi work with tax? It's just classed as income. If you just track it with Coinly, then, it'll just track what you owe. I just sent it to my accountant because I have a limited company. And then it just, my accountant sorts that out. So it's that simple. It's that simple. The objective is to not listen to the online crypto bros, to not rely on the price predictions, to actually do something with your crypto and not round trip it. You could, in the bear market, just earn yield off it, then the bull market take profits. That's fine. And that's the beauty of DeFi. That's the beauty of decentralization. Your keys, your coins, your strategy. You do what you want with it. That is it. That is it for me today anyway. If you enjoy my content, like, subscribe. If you want to download the DeFi playbook, there's a link in the description. If you want to book a call with the team to join the community, you can do as well. Link in the description for both. Cheers for watching, guys. See you very soon.